When you're finally standing on your own 2 feet, and you find your life that you never could have seen. When you're paralyzed and feel like it's the end, the cracks make a way for you to begin again. There are things we cannot change, but there is beauty wrapped up in the pain.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Galizia. If this is the first video you are watching of mine, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. So today we are doing a story time video. I have not done a story time video since like my second ever video on this channel, which was probably posted roughly a year ago now. So I have a bunch of story time ideas. So you will be seeing some more story time videos coming out. I've got a list on my phone of all the story time ideas I can do. But today we are going to talk about how I developed an emotional attachment to a therapist. I have mentioned her in some of my old videos, especially my mental health ones, but we're going to be talking about my old therapist, Linda, but mostly about my experience towards the end of the time I was seeing her. So let's get on to the video. Okay, before we get started, I want to give a few disclaimers. First of all, obviously Linda could see this, and that is absolutely okay. Nothing I'm saying in this video I wouldn't say to her face. The second disclaimer is that I have mentioned in a few videos that I was forced to stop seeing her because of something that happened, and she was sent information that I had sent to someone else. That's not what this video is going to focus on. This video is going to focus on Ripley. Do I need to say more? This video is going to focus on the months leading up to what happened when I had to stop seeing her. So basically why I did what I did that caused her to stop seeing me. Okay, so rewind to mid-summer, late summer 2016 is when this started. I don't know for sure exactly when. But to give some context, in DBT you can get coaching for skills, and she did text coaching. So sometimes she would either not respond to my request for coaching at all, or respond in a way that wasn't effective or helpful for me. So that would, like, I'd internalize that, I would feel worse about it, I just would not handle it in a healthy way, but I would never tell her about it. And I started to feel really disconnected from her, and like, I wasn't getting the therapeutic benefit I needed. It was just really hard to talk about because I didn't want to admit it was happening. And I think the reason I didn't want to admit it was happening was because I was so fixated on needing a mother figure. Like, I didn't see it as that at the time, but I wanted Linda to, I basically wanted Linda as my mom. That's the truth of it. And I even said it that way at the time to my friend Sarah. And because I was so craving of that mother connection, I idolized Linda in a really unhealthy way. And it just got worse from there. And I think what I did next happened because I wasn't talking about it. I think this would have gone so different if I had just talked to her about how I was feeling back in the end of 2016 up into December. Because in January of 2017, sometime between January of 2017 and I'd say like March of 2017, I began obsessively Googling her full name and looking up her address, and I found her daughter on social media, and I was looking for pictures of Linda. It had nothing to do with her daughter. I just was craving a connection with Linda that was super, super unhealthy. And all of these things I was becoming obsessed with it, and I wasn't telling Linda anything because I was afraid she would drop me as a client. And I mean, that backfired on me extremely, but I'm glad it happened because it was no longer a good therapeutic relationship on either end at that point. I also didn't tell her because I was super embarrassed with what was going on at the time. I didn't understand it, I didn't know why, and I was just plain old embarrassed as well. But yeah, so multiple times I ended up finding her address, and I went to her house like 2 times. Like I never like went up, I would just drive by. And I crossed a huge line when I did that, and I totally understand why Linda stopped seeing me as a client when she found out that this happened. But I think that she realized that I didn't have any malicious intent behind it, and she realized there was something else going on, but she couldn't be sure what it was, and she was no longer in a place to help me figure out what was going on, which is why I saw a new therapist. He is so annoying. He just wants all the attention. All the attention. And the final huge red flag that happened probably between, I want to say it started end of March and until I stopped seeing her in mid-May. So like 2 months, so March, April, May, 2-ish months, this went on, where I would create elaborate stories to justify how I was feeling. Like I would make things up to justify the emotions I was feeling about the disconnect in a relationship that I was causing. It was a mouthful. But I would just make up stories. I made up lots of lies and just completely fabricated things, and I don't know if she ever caught on. I don't think she did, because I would hope that she would confront me if she believed I was lying, but up until then I had always been truthful with her, so she had no reason to believe I was lying. So that's really it for the story. I learned a huge lesson from that experience, and I know the signs and I know how to respond to them better. And I'm also way more advanced in my understanding of dialectical behavior therapy, as I've been doing it for nearing 4 years now, and I've been in more than one group, and I start a group a week from tomorrow. So I really love DBT, and I'm really glad to be able to use it. I just wish I had known it better back then, so maybe I could have used it more effectively with Linda. So yeah, if you guys liked this video, leave a like. If you didn't like it, don't leave a like. I am really glad I did this video, just because it's therapeutic for me to do these story times, and I enjoyed this. I enjoyed talking about it, and it really helps me see the progress I've made in my mental health journey and the mistakes I've made and how I can learn from them. So if you guys learned anything from this video, or if you liked it, please tell me in the comments. It would mean a lot to hear from you guys. Other than that, that is it for the video. That was a weird way to say that. I don't even know what I just said. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!